Hey, Vegas will be rocking tonight as the Dead Daisies hit Fremont Country Club. Dizzy Reed of Guns N' Roses is joining them for the show, and our next guest will be shredding right alongside him.
That's right, Alex Grossi. He is part of Dizzy's all-star solo band. He joins us now. Sir, how are you?
I'm good, considering I've been on a tour bus for the past 3 weeks.
Yeah,
so bear with me.
How many other people are on the tour bus with you?
It varies from show to show. There's like a bunch of different moving parts of the tour. There's a plane, a bus, and a truck. But it's very organized. It's just it's been pretty.
Lord of the Flies a little bit?
No. Okay. Everyone's been great. I mean, it's a very well-oiled machine. Just, considering what rock and roll, what you think rock bands are like on tour.
Yeah,
it's all business because they've been really good.
Really? Okay, so I have this imagination that rockers are like it's constant partying all the time. Not the case.
Depends who you're talking to.
Depends on the of course,
and what day it is. If you can coexist with people that do it, and people that don't, and people that want to sleep in, people that get up early.
Of course,
that's how you get on tour. That's how you get through a tour. You can't have 10 Ace Frehleys and no Gene Simmons. You got to have both.
Of course.
Yeah. If you're a Kiss fan, you'll get that.
Yes, of course.
But you're based here now, and so you must be happy to be home.
I was until I realized I'm the only guy from the tour that was here to do the press this morning, and everyone else was sleeping in LA. Yeah. No, I elected to do it, obviously. I'm joking.
Of course. No,
they're all getting in this afternoon.
I always feel a little bit bad for whenever we have a rocker on our show, because it's like 9 in the morning. This is not your natural habitat.
I thought it was last night.
So there we go. So you're just bleeding on to the next day. So what can we expect from the show? What's going on tonight?
Well, it's a band called the Dead Daisies. That it's an all-star. I hate the word all-star band. It's a band of a bunch of seasoned veteran musicians that you've all.
But seasoned veterans makes it sound like you're old. So all-star.
Yeah. Well, they're it's
cool dudes.
It's pretty self-explanatory. It's Mark Mendoza from. He's been in like Whitesnake, Thin Lizzy, Doug Aldridge, who plays in a band out here, and he was in Whitesnake as well. Dean Castronova, who is in GnR and, in my opinion, should be in the Smithsonian.
Wow.
He's amazing. He's my favorite guy. The singer's John Corabi, who fronted Motley Crue, who's doing a great job, and they have a guitar player named David Lowy from Australia, who kind of he's a pretty low key guy, but he kind of runs the show. He's very businesslike. It's a really cool lineup. I mean, it's not your typical mishmash all-star band thing with a bunch of guys playing covers. They actually write music, and they're still creating. Yeah. Even though people don't buy music anymore, they still make it.
Of course.
Which is refreshing.
The music is free promotion for the tour at this point.
Yeah, an album is a formality to a lot of new artists. Yeah. But they still do it for for the art, the art side of it. It's good to still be creative. It's not just a cash grab for a lot of people.
Speaking of albums, Dizzy just released his first solo, right?
Yeah, it's called Rock and Rollin' Easy. I played guitar on a few songs on it. Actually, we started doing it like 10 years ago.
No kidding.
2008 is when I recorded on it, and it just came out a few months back. And we're actually doing a few songs off it on this tour, and it's been really good. I mean, it's really well done. He had so many great players on it. The drummer from No Doubt, Frankie from Quiet Riot, I mean, you can't. If you have to actually Google it to see how many people are on it, but it's like, I mean, almost all of Guns N' Roses is on it. It's really of that lineup back then, but that's what makes it so diverse, because it's not the same 4 guys on each song. Yeah. So one song has that that certain bluesy thing that a guy does, and then one song's more metal-like, and obviously the piano's featured, and his vocals and his lyrics are really, really good. Because when I recorded it, they hadn't had the lyrics written yet. And when I heard the record, I go, oh, that's what this song's called and about. It's really good. It's very prolific.
And the album's been pretty well received as well.
Oh yeah. People are digging it. I mean, it's hard to sell new music nowadays. It really is. I mean, no matter how big of a band you're in, or
because people don't buy albums now, they might buy that one
song. People don't pay for music at all.
There, exactly. Yeah.
They don't pay for music at all. I mean, it's sad because you still do it, but it's just it's been so devalued. It's just you have to do it in a different way, and kind of
We ever see that Sean Parker from Napster?
You know what?
Throw him in
you
an
know
alley.
what though? There's a good and a bad thing to it. It's like people complain about file sharing on the internet, but it's also it enables musicians to try to record overseas. I mean, I could do a guitar solo for a band in Switzerland right now. and not even doing it, you know, for my better.
So it made you international, but it also
there's pros and cons to it. I'm, you know, but I will say, but one thing, Metallica was right.
Lars was right.
He got a lot of crap.
He looked a little sour back then.
Well, he got a lot of crap for it, but in hindsight, being 2020, Metallica hit the nail on the head.
Yeah,
I got to hand it to him. Well, they didn't really do anything. It didn't really work.
No,
but they tried at least.
They certainly tried.
Well, I was just going to say, thanks so much for being here. We appreciate you getting up early and leaving those other guys, you know, to sleep, and so they'll be all refreshed. But we know you'll be refreshed tonight too.
Yeah.
If you want to crash on the couch, you're more than welcome. Just let me know.
All right. Well, tonight at Fremont Country Club, it's the Dead Daisies along with Dizzy Reed of Guns N' Roses. The show starts at 8 p.m. Hey, and if you get there between 7 and 8, the first 75 people who say code Red Daisies or Sin City Daisies will get in.
Sin City Daisies. I figured there's not enough bands in town that start with Sin City. I wanted to add one more. They're like, remember there was Tony?
Yes.
Now there's Tony. That's from a movie I forgot.
You say the code at the door, you're going to get
Sin
it.
City Daisies. Just have at it.
More when we get back. Stay right here. It's Morning Live.